Lee Farrell would love to hear about your experience with split heats. So day 8 of a heat, 2 days results have been 6584 in nanomoles. So nanomoles, you divide that by 3.18, so that really is a fairly low number. So that's a dog, you know, if you take a high number of 8 divided by 3.18, that's a 1 something. What do? You keep on testing. Is it too late? No, it's not. Would you continue testing this? Yes, I would. Have I been successful breeding dogs in split heats? Yes, I have. The secret is you've got to get the numbers up there. So you want to get up to a number of 15 or higher, which if it was in nanomoles would be like 48. Quite a bit to go. So when I've got a dog that is not doing very much, I will then wait a few days until either the blood color comes back in, or if she's bleeding, the blood color becomes lighter, or it's been like 6 days, and I'll run another 10. I dropped the phone on that last one, sorry about that. So yeah, look, if you've got a dog that's you know, bouncing around, it'll come back up, unless it's a really young dog. And if it's like less than a year old, you shouldn't be breeding a dog anyway. You should wait till the next heat cycle. But I can tell you this, you know, I've successfully bred dogs that have had you know, these delayed heats, but if they're young dogs, they can be pretty tough to breed sometimes, so it's not unusual for that to happen. Bred my female, who is 25 pounds to a 13 pound stud. Could I expect some of the puppies to be under 20 pounds? Yeah, absolutely. You'd expect to get a range of dogs that range from the 2 weights. So you could get something even smaller, but I don't know what kind of a dog you're breeding here. If that's a French Bulldog and that stud was 13 pounds, that is a very small French Bulldog. And typically small males don't have very good semen count. So that might be a problem too. But yeah, absolutely. You can expect to get dogs that are between the 2 ranges. Recently, Alexis Bulgarian did a breeding. I was wondering if you could help me figure out what the pups would most likely look like. Dad is a blue and tan, carries chocolate and tan points, pied and no brindle.
Person you bred to.
Mum is a fawn, carries fawn, cream, brindle and white. Well, okay, you're not going to get any blues, you're not going to get any cocos, because the other dog doesn't have those colors. What are you going to get? It's going to be fawns and black and tans. That's what you're going to get. Would you get black and tans? She carries.
Maybe she didn't know what the DNA.
Mum is a fawn,
okay.
Cream, brindle. Well, it can't be that.
No, because fawn does not carry brindle.
Yeah, you don't have your DNA right here. You
No.
can't have a fawn dog that carries brindle. It just doesn't happen.
No.
So we don't know what's going on here. So
She needs to ask the person she bred to.
Yeah, you got to get better information on DNA.
And DNA on her dog.
Yep. If you send us a DNA and another question, we'll get answered directly for you. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what that question is. We love our dogs. They are family to us, as well as you guys. Okay, thank you. God bless you, and thanks for everything you do. Going to have our first litter. And using your supplies as well. Well, thank you. Very good. Excellent. Good luck with you. How long does it usually take female Frenchies to get pregnant after the first AI? I'm not sure what your question is here, but dogs get pregnant when they are AI'd. That's when they get pregnant. And then they have puppies typically about 61 days after the AI. I'm not sure that's what the question is you asked, but there's an answer. Oh, Andres. Much respect to you and James for admitting the greed rather than denying it, as a lot of breeders do. If people say they aren't breeding for financial compensation or selfish reasons, they are full of SH something or other. Okay. As long as your dogs are healthy and taking care of people, need to mind their own business. Yeah, well, I mean, exactly. I mean, look, you know, we all do things for all kinds of reasons, nefarious and otherwise, but yeah, so, yeah. Oh, somebody else says, I agree with James, safety and greed. Yeah, okay, so I'm getting 2 thumbs up so far. That was from the last video where somebody had something that I thought was pretty silly. I have a pregnant giant schnauzer. She's 60 days as of now. When should I consider going in for a C-section? Well, you're going to need to go look at my videos on when to time C-sections based on behavior, temperature, and progesterone levels. But you should be getting close, and I'm wondering why you need a C-section and a giant schnauzer.
I don't know either.
I would think most of those dogs would have natural whelp.
Right. Big dogs normally do. Unless she's got a breech, but she's
Somebody else says,
60
right,
days.
46 Miller says, right on, James, you are the most ethical person in the dog breeding world. Now greed could be defined if you weren't on there helping everyone every day like you do and just keeping it to yourselves. Yeah, well, thank you. That's right. We do, you know, we are about helping other people, so that's certainly not a greedy thing, is it?
Tell them about your new thing you got going?
No.
No?
Chris. Hi, how would you deal with an aggressive puppy? I have 9-week-old platinum female. She's snappy, barks a lot, and goes for my other puppies. Very aggressive, and she's a right little diva. Advice? Yes. So there's Tammy saying spank her butt. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Tell her no.
Right.
And she does it again. Spank her little butt, or get a newspaper and swat it at her.
Yep. I would look to see when is this happening. You know, what are the markers that cause this behavior? Is it feeding time? Is it sharing a toy? Is it a reaction to another puppy that's playing with her? And kind of pay attention to that. And then, you know, if it's feeding time, take her away.
Yeah,
don't let her feed. Put her by herself. And you know,
figure out why she's that way.
Use two things that you can do. One is to reinforce.
Normally that's not their behavior.
Right, exactly. Reinforce with positive, positive response to the behavior that you want, and then negatively, but don't do too much. Don't start beating on a puppy, but at the same time,
beat on the puppy.
Don't
correct her behavior.
Correct her behavior, and don't
when
give her.
She does it.
Don't give her the love that she wants when she's doing shitty stuff, right?
No.
Yes.
You might try to put her by herself with one more puppy, and then that way you can catch her at it better instead of scaring the rest of them.
Yes.
For when you smack a newspaper in your hand and say no,
Marianne Frenches, hey James, just wanted to ask what age should I tape up the ears of a puppy that's not pricked up yet? They're turning 2 months, but you're a bit late on this. So at 8 weeks, those puppies' ears should be up. I would be putting Johnny Wendy?
I thought that was windy. It's not.
Sorry, got following some people. Yeah, you start now. Typically you want to start taping the ears up when you see some of the puppies' ears are flopped down, and that typically around 3 weeks. You've got some puppies with flopped down ears and some with pricked up ears. The flopped down ears need to be taped up, and especially if you see a puppy with a single ear flopped down, that definitely needs to be taped up. But this is not something you've got to catch it at the last minute, but it's something that you don't want it to go on till 8 weeks old, because you may have a hard time getting these ears to stay up. But all you can do is try at this point. Somebody asked about what is a good sign to tell whether a pup dog has been bred before, and Susan Brocksmith said, and she always gives good answers, she says a good indicator a female has had a heat prior is the size of their vulva. Very good. So that is true, isn't it? They then have bigger vulvas, dogs that have been bred.
Teddy's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, definitely that, yes. You're right, so yes.
They're not normal little
Yep.
teddies.
Susan Brocksmith says, the great video about the squeaky toys are making my Boublier sons go crazy. She bred to Boublier, she's got some Boublier boys. Kathleen Nicole, my girl has been I've been watching my girl like a hawk, and she's not coming to heat or showing any signs. Literally check her every day. Then while I'm gone to work, according to my babysitter, a stupid hunting dog came in and bred her. Oh dear. Yeah, well, we're back to this, if you've got a dog that you think might be coming in heat, you can't let the dog loose around other dogs. What you can do at this point is do a douche on that dog. I would do that if you think the dog's been bred, and see how that works. Let's have a look here. One more here. At what age can I use, this is Tracy Thompson, or Trey Thompson. At what age can I use a nebulizer on my newborn pups? What should I be using to help clear up congestion? They are 9 days old. I suck their noses out each feeding, but can still hear the little congestion. Well, so the nebulizer, you're going to use a nebulizer when you've got a dog that needs some kind of treatment because it does have pneumonia developing. And then in those situations, the right treatment would be nebulizer, oxygen, an incubator, and probably some antibiotics as well. But if you're sucking out their noses and they're putting on weight and behaving okay, then you're probably all right. You probably don't have to do much. All right, that's it for these videos. Bye, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.